Okay guys, hello, welcome there again. I am Venividivici. I am joined here by Chicks today. Hello Chicks.
Hello, welcome. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
We are gonna stream another match for you guys for the PK Clan tournament. As you all know by now, this is the round of 32. It is the last match, or one of the last matches, the last match, sorry, to be played. And we have here
Yes,
Nevur
indeed, very
versus
exciting.
Kiljardi.
As you can tell, we have another Iroquois versus Ottomans on, of course, your favorite Saguenay map.
Yes, exactly.
Now, previously, we've had, problems with this map, restarts happen, and as you know, there's always players, they have one restart available for this map in particular. For the series, of course, they get 3 restarts. I'm not sure how the first match went, but they do have one restart available for this match, generally.
Yeah, to bring everyone up to speed there, this match started yesterday, but I asked them to delay it so we can stream it for you guys. Kiljardi is currently up 1-0 to Nevur, and it was in an Iroquois mirror on Great Plains.
1-0, that's right, and it is a best out of 5, and this is the second match as in the series. So just talking about the map here, we do actually have pretty good hunt for Nevur in blue, playing the Iroquois. He has 2 mines there, but it's behind his base. They're quite a distance from his TC, but he does have 2 of them, and they're, I'd say, quite okay.
Yes.
He does have pretty good hunt, as I mentioned, two moose, actually, more hunt than I would expect on New England. Now, speaking of Kiljardi, actually, in orange here, playing the Ottomans, just taking a look at his mines, he does have 1 starting mine and a back mine. That first mine is closer than Nevur's. And the hunt, I just want to explain the hunts here real quick. We do have, we have 1 elk there, starting deer, and I guess moose just a bit further away than Nevur. So we'll just have to see how it turns out.
Yeah, indeed. It looks a little bit better for Nevur, but I think it's pretty good to start this match anyway.
Yeah, the map looks pretty good. They do start with livestock pens.
Yes.
Iroquois having the farm, which the livestock pen in this case is much better.
It's interesting though that this livestock pen is so far away from a town center for Kiljardi. It's in a kind of a weird position on this map. Usually we see it for more to the back or to the side.
It's rather exposed, I agree with you. And he does have already a ton of sheep, so I'd put this advantage for Kiljardi right away. I think his scout line is pretty good. That's how he got all those sheep. He's very smart in how he scouts. Notice Kiljardi's explorer, he went in behind his base all around and managed to pick up all those sheep. Quite impressive.
Yes, indeed. Very good job at scouting there. We see that
Nevur
only had...
thinking,
Wait.
because he's going for 80 food now, and he's just picking up another 2 sheep. That's crazy.
Yes, he has... I think got a little bit lucky there with the scouting pattern as well, but indeed it is the correct pattern to go for on this map, I would say. We also see that Nevur is now picking up the Coureur des Bois treasure on the left side of the map, and that's of course a nice economic boost for him.
Yeah, Coureur des Bois onto the Iroquois economy. I mean, they're only gathering food and wood the whole time, so that's definitely a nice boost.
Yes, but it's interesting to see that most of the sheep were on the side of Kiljardi, regardless of scouting patterns. I see here that Nevur only has 2 sheep available at the bottom there, and no other sheep so far.
So I guess he got lucky with the sheep distribution then.
Yes, probably, yes. We see that Kiljardi is already bringing in his hunt there.
I guess it's fair then, because Nevur had more hunts and Kiljardi had more sheep, so I guess it does balance it out a little bit more.
Yes, I agree with you there. We see, of course, that both of them took a trading post early. That's a very standard play. Both of these civilizations just need a trading post to get things going. And of course, both of them take a trading post the closest to them, so it will be the easiest way to protect it. And actually, in this matchup, it is a water map, so we can still have the Ottomans going for water, but it's kind of the best way, as figured out by all the good players, to go for Janissaries and Abyss guns to best counter the Iroquois.
Now I'm looking at the Ottoman player here, and he's got 1 villager on gold, a few on wood, and again a few on food there. So what exactly is that 1 villager doing on gold?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. It might be gathering 100 coin, and then if he ages up with a tower, get 200 coin and ship 700 coin, he can still go for some kind of age up, but we now see more villagers on coin there. I think he just wanted to get a trading post or something. I'm not sure why he got all the wood. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yes. He is gonna pick up a treasure here. I'm not sure what. 60 wood there on the right side. And Nevur here is gonna get a 100 wood treasure. Of course, he ends up with a trava. We see it there in the center.
Nice. And just looking at those sheep, I'm just quite stunned at how many he has. He's got a full 10 on that livestock pen already. It's only 4 minutes in. I mean, that's almost that's a huge advantage.
That's going to be 3k resources in 7 minutes 30 or something. That's indeed huge. We see that Nevur is scouting with his wolf there, so he knows that he's facing Abbas guns and Janissaries from the Ottoman player. Yeah, and he has Ward in the center there. Shipping 4 Kanyas right away.
I don't know if you mentioned it, but yeah, he did ship the 700 gold for the Abbas guns.
Yes. I think that's why he gathered the wood, just to get the additional house out, to make sure that he isn't gonna get popped and he can ship 700 coin first. Otherwise, you will get popped at some point.
Those Kenya look like they got 1 villager. It's not bad.
Yeah.
They also did deposit all those villagers and.
Yeah, it's actually kind of weird for me to see that Kiljardi only heard a dead hunt and not the other one on top, because it means that as soon as the Kanyas came in, he is not gathering any food, and that will no doubt delay his army production there. We see that he now has hyenas as well.
Oh wow, what a mass already.
And this is indeed something very rough, because he's now going to lose all his Abbas guns as well. Very unfortunate.
Very fast here.
Yes.
I mean, that war hut is definitely very forward, and wow, Kiljardi's in trouble. He's losing army he didn't have to lose.
Yep. He should have pulled them back to Janissaries at first and wait for the Abbas guns to pop out, I think there, yes.
In this case, I would call out maybe 5 Janissary and Minutemen at the same time. That should be able to hold it off, I believe.
Yeah, but I think he is waiting for his next Janissary badge to pop out, or Abbas gun badge to pop out, not to overcommit there, because if it just pops out Minutemen now, as you see, Nevur is going back, so wouldn't be the best at this point.
I mean, his sheep are already fattened, and those villagers, they gather sheep pretty much 3 times faster than they gather hunt. It's quite it's quite huge. He is building a stable in the back, though, so I guess I would stick with Abbas guns, to be honest with you. I don't think he needed that stable.
Well, I think he's trying to make a switch, because in this metagame currently, Iroquois is going to make a lot of hyenas and not many tomahawks because of the Abbas guns. So if you can mess some hussars, we saw also H2O do that, ship 3 hussars and make 5, then you can kind of surprise the Iroquois. Of course, if he doesn't make tomahawks.
I agree with that, actually. You know, he can make a stable, make 5, just kind of hide them there in the back. It's just because his artillery foundry placement doesn't allow him to mass Abbas guns. That's the problem. Iroquois is always going to be there in the front if he's a good Iroquois player, and of course, knowing this is a tournament game, they're going to be playing the best they could. Iroquois is going to be very aggressive, as you know.
Yeah, also, he doesn't need to have Janissaries out right now, because there's of course no Kanyas coming up soon because of all the shipment that Nevur is using. But he's very unfortunately going to lose his artillery foundry here, and if you're also added some tomahawks, I think that's a very good move of him. Maybe he was kind of expecting a stable because he didn't see any more units popping out.
Now, it may look like this game is already over, but you know what? Kiljardi, he has still a big chance to win this. All he needs to do is do Minutemen and Hussar, which he's probably going to do right now.
But he's not going to take this. He's not able to kill this army from Nevur with just Minutemen and Hussars, in my opinion.
Well, it looks like he's going for it.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. The Tomahawks are not in melee mode yet. Finally they go there. And the hyenas should of course be first targeting the Hussars and not the Minutemen.
Interesting. The Hussar's not doing too bad here. He probably needs another 5 Hussar though.
Yes.
But now the problem is Kiljardi knows that he has Hussars, so
Nevur
he's
knows,
going to make an artillery foundry now.
But we see that Nevur had the stable up a little bit ago, so he's now able to produce Kanyas as well. And if he goes in with Kanyas and Tomahawks from here on, but we see a new artillery foundry being made by Kiljardi there.
Yeah.
Of course, Nevur doesn't know about it yet.
Perhaps Abbas and Hussar then.
Yes, I think that's actually a pretty okay combination, but the problem is the Ottoman, the Iroquois guy is now able to mass Kanyas, and that means that you need anti-cavalry to deal with it. If he's going to put his Tomahawks in melee mode and use his Kanyas in melee as well, then it's going to be really hard to microverse that with just Hussars and Abbas guns.
I agree there, and he is getting quite the Hussar mass there because he did ship coin, and as I mentioned, the sheep you gather super fast from them. I'm not sure of the exact gather rate. I think it's 1.8 or 2.0 per second. It's quite quite a lot.
Yeah, I don't know the exact rate either, but I know indeed, like you say, it's very fast. It really gives you a lot of food.
Now I'm just hoping he pops out some Abyss gun and perhaps more Hussar, and he should be able to take this army.
Yeah, we see that 5 Abyss guns are just trained. But Nevur is going back wisely. I think he's just gonna mess some more Kanyas before he goes in. That's just a safer option. If you make it yourself too hard if you would push in right now. He doesn't know exactly what Ottomans is doing, so he needs to be very careful there.
Right, I agree. If I was the Iroquois, I would at least scout with a unit or something like that.
Yeah, definitely agree there. He needs scouting.
Now, Iroquois might. I would go for that 20% war chief treasure there. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to have, especially as Iroquois. You don't want that war chief to get killed.
Yeah, we see, by the way, that the Iroquois has a market up for a while now, so his economy is also quite okay behind this. It's not just an all-in rush there.
Okay, Nevur now knows, even though his economy looks a bit better, he now knows that it's Abyss Hussar, so he's definitely going to have to just mass Kenyas and hold back there.
Yes.
Because he can't fight this army, he can't whatsoever.
I think he's going to wait for 5 more Kanya to join the army, and then he can go for it if he goes with all the units, and there we see Kanyas coming. I think if he can just go melee, then the Abyss guns will really have a problem dealing with all the Kanyas. I think he can take this one.
Yeah, he will definitely pick off a few units. I'm not sure if they're going to engage here. Orange does still have quite a few Hussars, so...
Yeah, but this is definitely something Nevur can take, and I think he should. But his Tomahawk should be put in melee mode right away.
Oh, wow. Keep in mind, those Hussars are very, very strong. They do have more hit points than...
Yep. But the army is all boosted, of course, by the hero. And even he doesn't really put the Tomahawks in melee mode. If he did that, he would take it more convincingly, but he's gonna take it nonetheless.
Yeah, Tomahawk and hand attack would have been nice, yes, I agree with that. But it looks like Kiljardi is...
yeah, at this point,
punishment there.
You lose all your Hussars and you also lost your Abyss guns, and this means that the Ottomans has no army left. It's really hard to remass for Ottomans at this point in the game, while the Iroquois still has a decent chunk of his army left, and that means that it's probably going to be game over right now. Nevur is going to push in. He knows he has an advantage, and he knows he has to take advantage of that.
This is interesting, because I understood Kiljardi, he won the first game. Was it convincingly?
I haven't seen it, and I'm not sure about that. I have to see the record game later.
Okay, well, it looks like Kiljardi wants to make another, see what he can do here, but he does have a lot of resource crates there, so perhaps he would make more Abyss guns and Hussars, but...
yeah, but more Kanyas joining the battle, and what's really unfortunate for Kiljardi, he was of course in trouble from like 4 minutes already, but he never really got a chance to take out the hero from the Iroquois, and that means that he's all the time dealing with an army that's much stronger than it could have been.
If I was him, I would perhaps be shooting the war chief with the town center.
Yeah, we see
I'm
that.
not sure why that's not being done.
Yes, indeed, we see it often, but he's not doing that right now. On the other hand, when you're at this point in the game, you probably want to try to take out the Kenyas first so that your Abyss guns can micro more, but it's still just over there, and yes, we see that good game.
And that's it.
Good job by Nevur, good rush. I think the base of Kiljardi was a little bit too far up front, and also he didn't get his second hunt herded to his Townsend, and that means that he was pushed off the resources so early, and of course you can't train enough units then.
I agree. If you take a look where those elk are now, they're just kind of in the corner of the map there.
Yeah.
Now, I also do agree the buildings should have been more defensive, so that way he could mass more. He did have a massive 12 sheep, so he could have just been gathering sheep and massing military versus Iroquois. It definitely should have worked.
Yeah.
Better than what happened here, definitely.
The problem was that, of course...
here is just he was getting units picked off as he was making them.
Yes, exactly. Iroquois was very nice, just parking near his artillery foundry, so any units that came out were immediately shot down. Okay, guys,
we'll
so...
have to see what happens next match then.
Yes, that makes it 1-1, one each, and we just had Saguenay, and of course Great Plains is the first one. So that means we will now go into the map Siberia. And we will be joining any moment.
Notice how there was civilization restrictions, new civilization restrictions on Monday. That won't be taking effect here in this series. since this series is from round of 32.
Yeah, indeed. Check out the pkclan.net website for the new updated rules there to know what's going on.
Now, Nevur, he chose Iroquois last game, and of course he did win with the Iroquois. It was Iroquois versus Ottomans, so he's going to have to change that civilization.
Yes, and indeed, on the other hand, Kiljardi can still play Ottomans because, of course, he lost with him. I think Nevur is just going to go for an Ottoman mirror, but I'm not sure. Let's see. By the way, guys, I see someone asking here in ESO in Whisper about the previous games. If you take a look at youtube.com/Venividivici, then you will find all the previous videos from this tournament, including the match, for example, Fart versus Yumiu, and a lot of other interesting matches as well. You can check it out there with commentary and comment yourself and see what you think about the games.
Yeah, definitely. As he mentioned, you know, he's got a YouTube going, he's got a Twitch channel you can definitely follow, and of course, he'll be updating that regularly throughout this event.
Yes, as soon as we finish the stream here, then I'll upload it as fast as possible. Oh, by the way, some guys asked about the Boneng versus Spadel match. It was a very interesting match. I definitely recommend you to watch it. The only problem that I had is that it was a longer than 3-hour video, and that means that there are some issues with YouTube since it doesn't accept such big files. So I have to make 2 parts of that. I will do that in a little bit later tonight.
It does actually. Twitch doesn't allow you to
yes.
upload videos more than 2 hours, but it still bypasses it. It should allow you to do it.
No, 3 hours. It was 3 hour 20 minutes or something. 3 hour 10.
Right, right. I have uploaded long videos like that before, such as the tournament finals of last tournament. We still upload it from Twitch to YouTube.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, I did upload the Shimras versus Guardia finals from the previous tournament and had no problem there. But I got a message that it failed now.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely have to find a workaround. If not, as Vinny said, he will make 2 parts.
Yes, okay, looks like some civilization thinking here, what civilization to play versus the other. And in the end, we saw French coming by, we saw Ottoman coming by, and it is going to be a Ottoman's mirror. And Kiljardi just plays Ottoman out of the blue. He's now going to make a deck, so we might be in for a surprise, not sure.
I'm not sure exactly why he would be making a deck at this point.
I think it's more like, yes, I think it's more like modifying a deck or something, making a little bit of an adjustment here and there, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's thinking about right now. Perhaps he wants to add Manchu or Ottoman Mir, kind of.
Maybe he saw the game yesterday of Yumiu versus Fart, and he's now going to add Spies to his deck. I'm not sure.
Yeah, actually, Spies is quite a nice addition now. I didn't quite realize how nice they were. I saw Spies and I was trying to think, you know, what is he doing? But yeah.
Yeah, for everyone that missed that, yesterday we had Yumiu versus Fart playing their match. It ended up 3-2 for Fart winning there. But there were a lot of nice games, and in one of the Ottoman mirrors, Fart pulled out a nice trick. He went for Spies, and of course Spies do very good for his mercenaries, so he was able to clean up the Mamelukes from Yumiu very quickly, and that was one of the things that made him win that game there. So definitely check out how he played that out. It is also on my YouTube.
One main part in that game actually that I wanted to note, and that was the fact where the Manchus were on the cannon, and he had the Spies right there and then, and there was no choice for the Manchu to continue, so he had to run them back.
Yes,
because the Spies were there.
Quickly, can you just ready up first so they can go in game?
Yeah,
it's getting later for them. Okay, then we just
Indeed, it is an Ottoman mirror again, so we should be seeing something. You never know, something similar maybe. With the Spies, so we'll just have to check his deck, the one that he uses in game. He did mention he was building a deck, so
I do find this an interesting map for an Ottoman mirror because, as we've been over several times, this is quite a defensive map, and of course 3 trading posts as well.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine either player rushing on this map.
Yeah.
I do want to take a look at the hunts though, and I'm looking at it. He does have a starting hunt there and a back hunt. And a side hunt, so yeah, 3 hunts in line of sight. That's not too bad. Looking at Kiljardi playing the Ottomans, he does also have a starting mine and 1 mine behind his base. And yeah, so it is a nice map for Kiljardi.
Yes.
For Nevur, of course, looking here at green, also playing the Ottomans. He does have one mine there right in front of his tower. That's not too bad. And his second mine is really, really back there. I'm not too sure what Nevur is thinking about here, but we'll have to see how he likes his map. That second mine is quite far away, though.
Yeah, indeed.
And the hunts, of course. He does have one hunt there close by, and the second, third hunt also not too bad. So it's just the mines that he's got a problem with.
Yeah, indeed. He just scouted the back mine with his monkey there, so that's very fortunate because sometimes players just missed one mine that's so far in the corner. But the front mine, the first mine that he has, is really, really in a bad position. Not only is it in front of the town center, it's also in front of the tower, and it is actually so far in front that it's quite easily to harass that mine with any units without getting shot by the tower or town center. So that's probably going to play a big role.
Of course, they have the choice of restarting this map, but it looks like Nevur is going for it. It is up to 2 minutes, so yeah. He does have nice treasures, though, on his side, Nevur. He does have a 90 wood treasure there, and he's going for, what is that, 175 coins?
Yes, that's actually one of the best treasures on this map. Of course, you need to take down 3 of these tigers with 225 HP, and that's not easy. It will take you quite some time, as we see over there. But if you get it, it's really a nice boost.
Sure. Can he do that?
He can do it, but with good micro he can, but it will take some time.
Right, I don't think it's possible, to be honest with you. I think he needs to come back and shoot one more, perhaps, and then take
if you micro well, you can do it, but it's not easy.
Right. But I mean, for time management, I think it'll be better if he came back and shot one.
That's true. He needs to scout the map and find out. Of course, this 90 wood here is easier to take. I actually would take it right away. You can even go for an earlier trading post because, of course, both of them took their trading post close to them. That means there's one trading post left in the middle, so whoever would take it first will have a small advantage there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That 90 wood is also guarded by 2 tigers. Not as strong, of course, as the white tigers, but he does have a shot, so he will go for the 175 coin.
Yes.
Looking at Kiljardi's Explorer, he did get some, just a monkey so far, a monkey and 50 wood. Nothing too big.
Yep, he's going to grab another 50 wood there now on Nevur's side, on the right top. So that's 100 wood for him. That's also quite nice, of course. Nevur is still working on the 175 coin, not the best micro with his hero. He could take much less damage than he's doing at the moment.
Well, you know, the white tiger usually can only shoot it 3 times, unless you're going to spend a ton of time there. I guess he just wanted to get it over with.
Yeah, but there's not much to do for him at this point in the game, so your hero HP is worth a lot because you can scout with it. You can also absorb more damage later on if it's going to be Janissaries and cannons and stuff like that. So I think it's always important to save HP.
If you have lower HP, the opponent can just chase you back, and the lower HP explorer has no control over the map.
Yes, we see now that Nevur brought in both hunts that he had available, so that's a good job there. And now he's trying to take a 90 wood with his monkey. It's going to be really close if Kiljardi is going to get it.
Kiljardi might make it in time to pick it up.
Nevur is going to pick it up, yes, there we go. But he has to be careful because his hero, of course, Kiljardi could go for it.
The explorer, though.
Yes.
Okay, guess not.
By the way, this is also something that was good of Kiljardi to move in that direction because given this map layout, that's often where the treasures are on both sides of this frozen lake. If you draw like a vertical line, or horizontal line I should say, that's where you find most treasures here. So Kiljardi knows that, and of course that's why he probably went that direction to scout there.
He did shoot one treasure guardian off the 360 XP there.
Yes.
He'll probably go for it later.
Interesting. Kiljardi both age up with 400 wood, but Kiljardi is starting off with a stable there, so he's going for some raids. And Nevur looks like he's going to go for a fast fortress. He's not building anything yet. None of them going for the second trading post so far.
I'm not sure how the raiding. He might do a semi-FF with the stable as Ottomans.
Probably,
but,
yes.
I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work out for him. I mean, looking at Nevur's hunt, it's very, very close to the TC. Nevur just sending 700 gold now. Yeah.
I definitely like Nevur's build here more. Of course, he doesn't need to get that much coin from this gold mine at this point, so raiding won't be that huge of a deal. But he will age a lot faster, and that means that he, of course, has the option to push earlier with Janissaries and cannons.
Well, there is some good advantages to the Hussars, of course. They do give you XP and when you build them, and they give you cards as well. And they also harass your opponent's villagers, so You know, we'll just have to see how it works out. Because to be honest with you, I don't think he can raid quite well. He's got a tower there. Of course,
Yep.
on Siberia, you always have a tower, and it's guarding the gold mine and the hunts. So
Yes, and the herding of Nevur is pretty nice. He has all his food close to his town center. So is Kiljardi, by the way, both doing a good job there.
if he with the Hussar puts him off resources, at least for some time, then it should be worth it. But if it doesn't do much work, well,
He is not going to get any villager, but he is delaying the gathering a little bit there. Oh, he's even
he
yes,
got one.
you get one
That's
there.
not too bad.
He blocked it nice with his hussars. I talked about this earlier, blocking the path from that the villagers have to go into the town center. So kind of moving in between the town center and the villagers to prevent them from going inside.
Now, it looks like Nevur sent 700 wood as well as the 700 gold earlier.
Yep, this is indeed the case, and that's of course very standard build. As an Ottoman player, if you go for a fast fortress, it is probably the best build to go with the 700 coin, 700 wood thing, especially on this map when you already have a
Right.
tower. And it will
notice
allow
the
you to make
300
more houses and stay. Sorry.
Notice the 360 XP there at the bottom. He is going for that, so that should give him an extra card.
Yeah, it's interesting that he made 3 more hussars also, but he does
I
get
don't
indeed
think
an extra card.
they were needed.
I agree there, yes. Nevur going for a market, yeah, this is a typical thing of Nevur. We don't see a lot of Ottoman players doing that, but of course it will give you a little bit of an economic boost if you want to make a lot of janissaries. However, usually you are quite able to make 5 janissaries without building a market, and we see that most players prefer to spend the wood on another house to not get popped when you have janissaries, cannons and Mamelukes and stuff like that. So we'll have to see how that
Yeah.
then play out.
And clearly you can't be raiding with the Hussars anymore since Nevur has a Janissary now, and
Yes.
Hussars of his own.
He aged up with the 4 hussar choice, and we see that now Kiljardi is shipping 700 wood as well.
700 wood, and he should be aging soon.
Yes.
I think so, because he did make 7 Hussars, so he will be a bit late. Just for everybody here in the chat, I understand you're just getting into here, so this is the 3rd match of the series of the Ottoman Mir. It's currently 1-1.
Yeah, we see that Kiljardi is now adding a Rex himself with the 700 wood. That means that he will have a setup of hussars and janissaries. So we have to see how Nevur will play versus that. Of course, he knows his stable is up already. So I think he will choose to go pretty soon for a push.
Now, we don't see this too often, so I guess it looks like Kiljardi will go Janissary Hussar and probably mix it in with Mamluks or his shipments.
Yes, he is not. He just saved the villager on time. He actually waited quite long there, but it was okay because he had the janissaries on the way. And of course, Kiljardi wouldn't go for that one villager and risking losing 2 hussars. He did lose 1 in the end there. I'm still quite surprised that even Kiljardi is not going for the 2nd trading post, but so is Nevur not doing either.
Yeah, not sure. I guess they both know they don't have the decisive army advantage, or when they do, they'll probably go for it.
Yeah, but the thing is that Nevur, of course, aging first. Now finally Kiljardi ages up. That means that Nevur does have an advantage here with more army and of course the earlier shipments like the 8 janissaries that we saw. And that means that getting a trading post is actually a good choice.
I think, that's true. Nevur did have the army advantage, but his explorer got killed by the Hussars early. So I think that's what prevented him getting the 2nd trade post. So as we see here, we have a push here by Nevur. Nice janissary mass and some Hussars there.
Yes, he upgraded them of course already, the janissaries. That's also why I use the 700 wood. And Kiljardi gonna try to take this with Minutemen. Interesting choice there.
Yeah, I don't think he needed Minutemen there. He just wasted them.
I agree with you there, yes.
He does have 2 cannons, but he's going to have to pop off all those Hussars, and I think he will do it in time. And matter of fact, I think those cannons will do a ton of damage if he slows them down with his Hussars.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that Nevur stays here so long without having cannons of his own. Actually, I have no idea what he shipped. Did you get that? What Nevur shipped afterwards?
No, I didn't see it actually. I missed it. I was focusing on the battle here, which was mismicroed by Kiljardi.
Yes.
He could have done better with the cannons. He just shot once, and he didn't move them, and he didn't move his Hussar. So, what I would have done, I would have taken the Hussars on the other side and blocked the Janissary from running towards that way.
Yeah, though it is going to be really... Actually, I'm not sure about that decision because you would lose a lot of Hussars then, while the Janissaries would just kind of try to stay out of the range of the cannons.
Which are moving. but in this case, he didn't move them at all. So
Yeah, but Janissaries do move faster, so I think if he micros correctly, he probably is able to stay out of range pretty good while killing a lot of Hussars or HP. Anyway, we see that Kiljardi now ships 8 Janissaries of his own, and of course also upgraded them. So he has a pretty 3-unit combination army there. And so far, Nevur still, I have no idea what... There we have Spahis on the way. But what was his shipment afterwards then?
I'm not too sure, but for Kiljardi, we have cannons and Janissaries, so it's not too much of a big mass, so I think Spahi will do a lot of work here. He does have the Janissaries coming through. Now, I don't think Nevur has a big enough Janissary spam to take down Kiljardi's army. Of course, he does have the cannons.
Yep, I think he should not engage here.
Scouted. He does know where his army is, and he will go back.
Yeah, that's a very good scout, moving in with the hero first, get of course a good line of sight and see what's there. And he saw a defensive setup, the cannons in between the town center and the gold mine.
Excellent use of that explorer. He knew exactly the composition of Kiljardi's army right on the spot.
Yes.
Cannon, Janissary, and Hussar all there just waiting for him. So he realized that and is just going back as fast as he can.
Yeah, Kiljardi getting another 80 XP treasure there, of course, nice in Ottoman mirror especially. And I think, there we have the cannons of Nevur, the cannons of his own. But we have to see what Kiljardi will do after this, because of course if he pops out any Spahis, then it's still going to be quite equal battle. So far Nevur leading a little bit.
He does have a ton of villagers on gold, so perhaps we could see Mamluk. I hope we see them, because they do very good against Spahi.
Yeah, I agree there. There are indeed a lot of villagers on gold. He shouldn't have that much on gold unless he's indeed going for Mamelukes. But
okay, looks like he's got his cannon ready there, and we'll probably do a push.
Yep. This is going to be very micro-intensive, of course. Both want to try to keep out of the range of each other.
Okay, looks like it's going to be cannon on cannon. I'm not sure how they're going to micro here.
Miss micro by Nevur. But he's now going to get off the first. I think that
like
yes.
He also has a cannon animation here.
Exactly. Both clicked at them too far. They were barely out of range.
And the cannon gets picked off.
And that's huge. That's huge.
And Kiljardi is in trouble now because he has a 2-cannon advantage.
Yes, Nevur of course he wasted all his Spahi got killed by the Janissaries in the town center fire. But the fact that he has 2 cannons alive is worth a lot. On the other hand, if these Mamelukes would pop out exactly on the right side of the town center.
That's correct. It's all about the next shipment now. But I guess he doesn't have Mameluke and doesn't think he could take down this army, and it's over.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how much gold he had at the moment. He had 944 resources unspent. Of course, there's not just gold, so maybe like 800 gold, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If he had Mamelukes out, he would have been still able to take out the cannons and fight from there. However, of course, you see the big mess of Nevur here, which is gonna... Oh wait, Kiljardi shipped Janissary card. Look at this, he shipped a Janissary card. I don't like that actually, this early with so few Janissaries.
Well... he was supposed to have Mamluks pop out of there, but I'm not sure what his plan was, what his next shipment was. You said it was Janissary?
No, he sent Janissary card, the third H card to upgrade HP and attack for Janissaries. But I think that's only a good card if you have either a lot of Janissaries because of how the game plays out, or later on in the game when you have already used Mamelukes.
Shouldn't have sent that. Even 5 Abyss was better.
Yeah, probably.
5 Abyss or even the wood card, 1000 wood. I mean, you really don't want to send Janissary attack. Is that what he sent, right? Janissary attack?
Yeah, attack / HP. It's the third H card.
Yes. I mean, even 1000 wood, 1000 gold is much better than that card.
Yes, so you...
Right, so Nevur, he won again. And since he won the Ottoman Mir, he cannot choose any... The TWC and TAD and Ottomans are restricted.
That's from tomorrow on.
No, it's because he just won with Ottomans, right?
Oh wait, no wait, he just won with Ottomans, yes, but...
So he can't pick
Oh
TWC,
wait, yes, sorry, yes, you're right, yes, sorry.
TAD and Ottomans.
Yes.
Yeah, so Nevur is kind of waiting what Kiljardi will choose to go for. It's
That puts
probably
the series, guys, at 2-1 for Nevur. It is a best out of 5. So, and now Nevur has to play one of the 7 Euro civilizations. Kiljardi going French. I mean, I would really just go Iroquois in this case. Take advantage.
Yeah, I agree there that of course it is a tournament. So if he would go Ottoman or Iroquois, he would probably have the advantage. However, he might not feel that confident in this matchup as he's kind of saying there. But I really big thumbs up there for him going for a French mirror at this point, because if he loses this, of course, then Nevur wins 3-1, and that means that Kiljardi is unfortunately out of the tournament. I do have to say,
Kiljardi needs to be careful here, but he did mention in the chat that he knows French quite well.
yes,
so we'll
we have seen. Actually, I want to take one moment there. We saw the game of Kiljardi versus Deisu. It was also streamed. It was, I believe, a round of 32 match, and actually, it was a pretty good game that Kiljardi won in the end because of decision making. However, Deisu did really have the first game in his pocket. It was more due to his own faults that Kiljardi won than.
And we've
at that
seen
point,
there that Kiljardi performed very well with French.
Yes, he knows it very well.
Absolutely. As we can tell here, he is French again, so it is a mirror. And, you know, we might see the same performance as we've seen last time in the Mike Dazu game earlier in the stages. I just want to talk about the hunts and the mines here. Looking at Kiljardi here in the top corner as French. He does have one starting deer hunt and a second deer hunt, so that's not too bad. He does have a third there in front of all the trees. And another hunt there towards the left. He does have one starting mine and a back mine behind the trees. That is quite protected, actually, since the back mine is, you know, you get all the trees in the way, so that should be quite safe to mine there. So it is a good map for Kiljardi generally. He does have 4 starting sheep. Looking at Nevur in green there, also French. He does have 2 mines, one in the back and the forward, but they're very, very exposed. Not sure what Nevur is thinking here. I mean, he doesn't seem to be restarting his maps recently, especially last game, so I guess he's going to stick with it. Looking at his hunts, he does have one starting deer and a second that he's herding in now.
Yeah, it's indeed very interesting how this will play out, because if Kiljardi would go for something like a rush or a lot of pressure early on, or perhaps even shipping the two caravels there, then this forward mine of Nevur is really gonna turn out to be a problem.
That's, I mean, that's just very, very exposed. I'm really just trying to think here. I'm not sure what exactly Nevur wants to pull off, because that mine, I think you can't pull off anything offensive, because that's very exposed mine to raiding and such by Kiljardi.
Yeah, we might perhaps see a small wall coming up for Nevur. However, he's not really a player that likes these kind of things. But of course, it would help him to protect his mine from raids. We see, by the way, that both of them started with the market, very standard. But of course, in a mirror, things can change a little bit. For example, at trading post start rather than a market start that we saw Owata doing. That can vary a little bit, but they have exact mirror matchup so far.
Right, right. And, you know, I just want to mention there, with that forward mine for Nevur, I don't think he'll be able to pull off any semi-fast fortress, or fortress in this case.
Yes, hold on for a second. We see that Kiljardi is getting a treasure on Nevur's side, but Nevur is trying to take it with the villager, and he is succeeding in getting it with the villager.
Very nice.
Very good job.
Well done there.
Very well, of course, paying attention to the minimap and seeing Kiljardi there, and of course taking it with the villager.
Yeah, that's a good catch. He does want to, Nevur does want to go for that 135 XP up there, but I guess he's going to skip it knowing that Kiljardi is coming up there with his Explorer.
Yes, I think indeed that he's anticipating Kiljardi to go that way. One question there, is that usually a 3-bear or 2-bear treasure?
I don't know, actually. I'm not too familiar with the TAD treasures.
I think
it was a 3. It was a 3, I think. I'm quite sure it was 3.
Seems more logical. Okay.
You know, Nevur was there for quite some time. He did pick off 1 bear already.
We see now that he's going to move into position to take a treasure, and he's using his scout there to find out where Kiljardi's hero is. As soon as he knows that Kiljardi's hero is too far away, then he can of course go for a treasure and take it himself. Yeah,
that's very smart play here. The scout not noticing any explorer nearby, so he will definitely go for the 135 XP. Jardi in the north corner, he's going for 90 XP, so that's not too bad. Also, look at his base. I mean, he does have a lot of sheep again on this map. Jardi getting very lucky with all these sheep here.
Yeah, indeed, it seems that he did get a lot of sheep, but I don't know if there were any sheep on Nevur's side at all. Or he
You know,
caught
I
them.
kind of noticed the sheep all on Kiljardi's side again,
Okay.
and he does have a very good map as well. I mean, speaking of the mine and the hunts, so
But
you
then
can't
again,
go wrong
we
there.
also saw that Kiljardi was kind of almost straight going to Nevur's side, maybe trying to pick up some of the sheep on his way, because he was of course on the left side here trying to get a treasure as well. Anyway, we see that Kiljardi picks up 90 food there, while of course Nevur had the 135 XP and the earlier 80 food.
That was 90 food. I mentioned 90 XP earlier. Sorry about that. And of course, 135 XP for Nevur, as you just mentioned.
Yeah, basically in a French mirror we often see a 700 wood start going for both the Rex and the stable. Having this 135 XP treasure means that you will get your second shipment, the 4 villager, a little bit faster, and of course it means a slight economic advantage if you would go for such a thing. On the other hand, if you go for the 4 villagers first, you'll also get your 700 wood faster, allowing you to add the Rex if it's really needed. So in either case, very nice.
Absolutely, I agree with what you're doing there. Rax and stable, perhaps with 400 wood. Not sure what Kiljardi's doing. He is going stable. Both players going stable.
Yes, they can still add a Rex if they ship 700 wood, but it looks like both of them going for the very standard build, making one stable, shipping 4 villagers first. Actually, Kiljardi is not doing that. Nevur is doing so upgrading steel traps early, shipping 4 villagers first probably, and then you can still go for a Rex later on. Of course, this does allow Kiljardi to push out earlier because he has both a Rex and stable available already.
Right. In other words, I mean, Kiljardi could have went for the earlier market upgrades, but instead he decided to Rex up instead earlier.
Yeah, I do think actually that Nevur might have changed his strategy a little bit because of... Hold on for a second. We saw that Nevur here... I think actually that Kiljardi's hero was taking down Nevur's hero, and Nevur attacked the Guardians here, and of course you do that to make sure that the Guardians kill your hero rather than your opponent, so that your opponent doesn't get the XP from it. But back to the battle, to the game, Nevur was probably thinking, I have 135 XP, that means that my 700 wood is coming out rather fast anyway, so I'm probably safe of starting with the more economic build and only a stable.
That definitely makes sense. Could have changed his BO regarding that treasure, yes.
Also we see that Kiljardi has 4 hussars out on the first batch only, and he does have 5 musketeers. Oh, Nevur also has 4 hussars out. Kind of a mistake there. Should be 5 of course if you only go for a stable. Anyway, right, we see that the positioning for the scout of Nevur is very nice. It's invisible here as you see there, so he knows exactly what Kiljardi has and where he has it.
Right, and Nevur, of course, is lacking scouting. He doesn't know what Kiljardi is doing.
He has a scout there. He sees Kiljardi's army there.
Ah, okay. He has a... okay, sorry
and same for Kiljardi. He has his scout positioned here.
I saw his 4 was killed there at the top, but okay. So, Kiljardi knows exactly... Nevur knows exactly what Kiljardi is doing here.
Yeah, and there we see that, of course, since he knows that, he's now going to build a Rex with 3 villagers. He wants to get it up very fast. Just use your 700 wood shipment there.
Very smart play. I don't see Kiljardi doing that with his scout.
Yeah, his scout is near Nevur's base, near the dead animal there, in front of the stable.
Oh right, in his base. Okay.
But it's interesting how this plays out because I wouldn't be surprised if Nevur is going to even add a second Rex and try to push on a lot of musketeers from here on.
Yeah, it looks like he's going double rack stable.
A second Rex is coming up there. Actually,
probably going to go heavy on musketeers.
Yes, I think that would be a good choice. And he's also able, of course, to outproduce Kiljardi there because he has only 1 Rex at the moment. We see that he rescued his hero with the 2 hussars there who are trying to go for a raid on the top, while he's going to defend with the other hussars and of course any musketeers that pops out, and that means that Kiljardi is going for a push. However, Nevur is perfectly able to deal with this with the Minutemen that he has available still, and of course the musketeers that will pop out very shortly since the fight is happening over here.
Nevur raiding some villagers in the back of his base, and of course Kiljardi is killing that house in the front as well.
Yeah, he managed to get... I barely didn't get the villager, it was like 5 HP left, but Kiljardi definitely gonna get a hunt there, house there.
Did put the villagers off gathering food though, so that is huge.
Yes, we see some musketeers now defending there.
He's moving all his courier de bois to the front of the map now to gather from the deer.
Yes, yeah. And we see that Nevur also shipped his 8 crossbowmen. Of course, he's slightly ahead on XP there, not only because he did make more hussars which generate a little bit more XP, but also because of course he had the XP treasure. So this early 8 crossbowmen with of course continuous musketeer production will allow him to push out right now.
Now I'm just taking a look at Kiljardi's Explorer. That's idle. I think he should scout with it. That's a big thing.
Definitely agree with you there. He
It might cause him this battle even if he doesn't scout properly. Because right now, Nevur has a bigger mess.
Yes, he definitely a hero, always nice HP in battle. And we see
I
here.
don't think this is a good battle for Kiljardi.
Yep.
Not at all.
He's using his villagers though to tank some damage from the army from Nevur, but it is an outmassed fight. And if he's gonna lose, he is already losing one villager there, and he was able to hold it off for now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to engage there. The villagers do very nice at consuming the range attack. They do have 40% range resistance.
Yeah, it looks like that Kiljardi after all also went for the steel traps upgrade, probably delaying his third batch a little bit there, and of course still having only one Rex available. Nevur on the other hand of course has 2 Rexes. I assume he has steel traps already, so he might have just bought one house in the market. Of course, for everyone, if you do that early, it's not a problem. You buy a little bit, you pay a little bit more gold, but that means that you get 100 wood, and actually wood getters slower, so it's perfectly fine to do it 1 or 2 times.
I agree there. Steel traps is huge. It's 20% on hunt. Now, what I was looking forward for Nevur to do was to push Kiljardi off his hunt. He definitely had the opportunity there, but instead he decides to go back to his base.
Yeah, I think he was kind of scared of the 8 crossbowmen also popping out for Kiljardi, but I think that he indeed should have tried to poke in a little bit and see if he could make something happen there.
Definitely should have poked, and I think that's going to cost him a lot. He could have just really put Kiljardi under a lot of pressure.
We see
pushing him off the deer there.
A big swing around coming in from Kiljardi here. He's trying to go for the other hunt of Nevur, where he now has to gather his food. And Nevur, of course, scouting that with the cavalry that was going for a raid, and now on perfect timing he pulls his villages back, and they will not be killed by Kiljardi's hussars. Very nice play there, having good map awareness.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. When you play 1 versus 1, whatever the case, just Age of Empires in general, it's very important to know what your opponent is doing, where he is, where the army is. And that's what happened here. He moved his villagers just in time. He does lose 1, but he could have lost much more. Yeah.
We see the villager count is at the moment quite the same. Kiljardi is 1 villager ahead. That's the 1 villager that Nevur just lost.
He might lose even another one here.
I think, he should save it with his musketeer mass. If he walks it towards them instead of towards town center, he is going to save it anyway.
It didn't look like Kiljardi was paying attention.
We have another raid of Nevur coming in on the right side there. Kiljardi's base. Of course, raiding is very important in a French mirror, in any matchup actually.
Very well done there by Nevur, just raiding with 4 Hussar. He seems to be very experienced doing that. That's the second time we see him do it.
We played a lot this. We both do it a lot in our matchup. We played this a lot, of course, if you watch my stream several times. But anyway, he did pick up 1 villager, not more though. Good musketeer protection there from Kiljardi.
I think this might put Nevur ahead doing these kind of things, just harassing in general. He's very good with the control groups, as you can tell. He split up his cav there in the back, very well done. And just essentially just pulling his villagers off resources. Where Kiljardi, he likes to harass villagers by pushing with all his army. I don't think I see him doing that.
A very good response time here by Nevur, going right back on time and not losing the hussars to the hussars of Kiljardi, while he's still trying to raid with the other group that, as you said before, were split off nicely. And also
the best hussar micro we've seen in recent times here.
Yep, he's doing a very good job there indeed. And he is barely... he's not going to catch it. Kiljardi doesn't catch it, and that means that Nevur will lose some HP, but he's able to save the 3 hussars. He should. And we see that there are a lot of hussars running after this, and that means that Nevur should know he could push on the other side of the map, and he might go for it actually. You see a little army movement, but no, he's not. He managed to take out the hero of Kiljardi, so that means no more scouting there.
He's got musketeers there. He better move them.
He's running them now. Even an idle hussar over here.
This is quite an even match. I mean, they're playing both very well.
Yeah. And there's another hussar raid coming in.
That was a little mistake there done by Nevur. I don't think it'll cost him too much, though.
He loses 3 hussars perhaps, but on the other hand, he's gonna kill... Oh no, yes, he's gonna kill 3 villagers there on the left side, probably.
Very well done. So yes, as we can tell, we get Nevur just raiding some more. And it doesn't look like they're going to engage in the army at the bottom here.
It means that actually Kiljardi should push out because he knows that he has the advantage with the army since Nevur's cav is all around the map.
I want to mention at the top there, Nevur is just killing so many villagers. That's his second. He's going to kill 3, 4 of them.
3 villagers, yes. He should take the other one out as well. And there's even 1 more coming his way, which he can take out after this. Very unfortunate from Kiljardi. And even 3 on the side there. Imagine...
Kiljardi is trying to get greedy here, trying to stay on hunt, while Nevur is just on berries here, as you can tell.
Yes,
He
that
does have a
is
few
indeed
on deer
true.
though, but mostly on berries.
We see that now that he draw Kiljardi's army out of position, Nevur is going for the main base, and he's definitely gonna able to seize this Rex, meaning that he will halt any musketeer production from Kiljardi, and then he can still go back and play it out from there. Very good job there. He is losing one Hussar here on the left side top from the raid. That's of course not a problem. You saw that he pulled the last one back. That means that this other group can still run away without being slowed down. So good job there, making sure that he only loses one and not more. And there we have the Rex going down in the house as well.
Yeah, it's going to cost. It's going to cost Kiljardi losing those villagers and that Rax, of course, because he can only pump Hussar at this point. He does not have any Rax.
And we see that he pops out Minutemen, of course, using some town center fire, but I think this is still pretty equal here. He might take it, but of course Nevur is able to remass a lot, and you see here 4 musketeers, 5 musketeers on the way, 4 hussars, and he's also trying to go in.
Very tough, because he's fighting with hussars only, and we see like 10 hussars chasing 4 on the other side of the map there.
Yep, but he still is able to clean this up. I think Nevur stayed there a little bit too long because he was raiding so heavily. Of course, he has less army, so it would probably been better if he would have gone back after killing both the Rex and the house. Anyway, he's still trying to keep Kiljardi busy on the left side.
I'm surprised there. Maybe he should definitely pop off that Hussar that's slowing him down. I didn't see that Minutemen pop out for Kiljardi, so that's perhaps what gave him the edge.
Yeah, and of course 5 new Hussars popping out from the stable, taking up a lot of damage from this ranged shots from musketeers.
At the top of the map there, just getting killed there and getting trapped by Kiljardi's army.
He did actually do a quite okay job because of course he was raiding with that before, and he traded quite nicely because not all of these Hussars from Kiljardi were able to fight. That means it was still kind of 4 versus 5 anyway. But these Hussars are also going to be caught.
Yeah, we're seeing battles going along all over the map here. Nevur wants to avoid Kiljardi.
Yeah, we see now that Kiljardi ships 600 wood and is adding a new Rex, but Nevur is now pulling back because Kiljardi is chasing him there.
I'm not sure what exactly Nevur is doing. He did ship 3 Hussars just now. So it looks like he just wants to stay in Colonial at this point. He doesn't look like he's aging up or anything. He just wants to make musketeers and continue raiding with Hussars.
Yeah, and this is indeed going to be interesting because even though there were raids, it seems that Kiljardi is able to control his side of the map, and there's still one hunt available in the exact center where Kiljardi now puts down a tower. And that means that Nevur, of course, has no hunts left, so this is kind of a rough position from him. He did do some nice raids, but he definitely, the army advantage goes to Kiljardi.
Not only no hunts left, he's also running out of berries, so that's going to be a big hit. He's going to be in deep, deep trouble if he does not age and he runs out of berries.
Yeah, I think the best choice might need be to age, but I'm not sure if he has enough resources left to age. We see more musketeers popping out, so he's not going for an age up. I think indeed it would have been the best choice for him to seize the wreck in the house, not lose all his army, go back and age up from there, because he was kind of out of resource already.
I agree 100% with that, and I think Nevur will lose maybe a few villagers here, but he does have the musketeers show up right in time.
He has to use the villages in battle there.
Engage.
He should move the villages to the right side as he's trying to do, so they will attack the infantry. He has his only choice to hold this off. On the other hand, he doesn't really have to fight here.
I think Kiljardi should attack here.
Yes.
He does have a bigger mass.
Nevur still has a 6 villager lead though, so far.
Indeed, it looks like Kiljardi wants to attack, and Nevur realizes that he runs out of food.
Yep, and there we have it. Good game.
Well, I do agree with the rehost. I mean, his mine was really forward, and he only had 2 other hunts on his side of the map. Yeah. But it's not like it was something unplayable. He didn't have starting berries.
Yeah, so, I think indeed that it was a little bit in favor of Kiljardi, but if he would have aged up right after he pushed, I think that would have been the best choice for him, and he might have been still able to take the game. But anyway, very nice rating from him coming up there in this game. But still, Kiljardi managed to hold and had the army advantage, kind of because Nevur wasted too much, in my opinion, near the town center. And that just got the lead from Kiljardi to push on the side of Nevur here.
Now, don't get me wrong, Nevur had very good map awareness in terms of the military, but in terms of resources and how much resources are left, he should really put that in determination and just, as you mentioned earlier, aged up earlier, because right now he's stuck. He only had the option of farming, so... Since, of course, the berries were about to run out. And, of course, that puts it at
2-2.
2-2.
Yes.
That's right.
So that
that's
means
interesting.
we will go
We're
into
going
the
to play on
fifth
the fifth
deciders
map.
game.
Now this fifth map is Yukon. Now that's what makes the player usually. What makes the player is just overall. As what happened that game, Nevur did very, very well done with the Hussar rating. It really put him ahead. We saw the score. You know, he had a 20-point, 30-point lead at max. I've seen that. It was maybe 160 to 120, 130, something like that.
Yeah. There's one thing.
He was engaging in his base. Vinny did mention earlier it was a mistake, and he should have backed off when that Rax was destroyed and aged up from there, and that what caused him the game, I think.
Yeah, and I do want to point out one more thing, and that is that Nevur did a really good job with the map awareness, using his scout and raiding a lot, but he also lost some cavalry in the process. So even though he killed off some villages of Kiljardi, he should have taken advantage from there, and that advantage would either be getting more map control with, for example, a tower, or aging up. Because he lost his hussars, Kiljardi in the end did have a little bit less economy, but he had the army advantage, and he pushed out at the exact right time, and that's the decision making that we've seen from Kiljardi before. Knowing when to push out by just scouting your opponent, kind of having this feeling from the game, and that if he waited longer, then Nevur might have aged up. So a really good choice by him then. There.
Okay, guys, quick recap. Of course, we do a recap every match just to keep you guys up to date. So this is Yukon, the fifth map. This is the last game of the series, the deciding match. If you have any PK Bucks bet, well, you better be,
yes,
kind of biting your fingers there, just trying to see what's going to happen.
Well said.
It is 2-2. So here we go. Okay, just going to answer some questions here. So, can you pick TWC, Tad? Yes.
Yeah, Kiljardi won the last with French, but of course there are no restrictions from European civilization except Ottomans.
I mean, these players should have read the rules. I understand that their English is not native, but it's their responsibility to read and understand them.
Yeah, but in all fairness, there were a little bit of misunderstandings there, so it's better to just confirm it.
We're in place for weeks now, and we did explain it quite a few times.
Okay, nice. We have Russia coming up, and maybe Kiljardi is going to stick to French. I'm pretty sure if Nevur is...
I hope he does stick with French. It should be a good match.
Yes,
French,
exactly.
We could be expecting probably some early Hussar, semi... I don't think a semi versus Russia, perhaps. Hussar start mixed into some muskets later.
Yeah, I think going indeed for fast for semi-FF is probably too risky, especially considering this map. But let's see what Kiljardi is going for.
I'll be right back. Maybe just 2 minutes.
Yes. Okay.
A drink here.
It seems that Kiljardi is still rethinking his civilization choice. Of course, he still has all civilizations available. I know he's very comfortable with French, and it would be very nice if he tries to finish this off with without any lame civilization. However, it is a tournament, so he's perfectly can of course go for Ottomans or Iroquois, something like that. Because it's 2-2 currently, that means the one who wins the next game, the last map, is going to go through to the round of 16. And we have China. Interesting, weird, but interesting. But still very weird. I mean, in China is not a bad civilization, and you can pull off a quite interesting fast fortress still on this map. But yeah, I didn't know that Kiljardi actually had a good Chinese play, to be honest. But they changed again, and of course Nevur took Iroquois when Kiljardi took China, and now it's going to be an Iroquois mirror. And now it's going to be an Iroquois mirror, so that's going to be a decider game for the last match. As a quick reminder, by the way, yesterday, we had Fart battling it out with Yumiu, and that match was also decided by a 5th game, also on Yukon of course, and also a Iroquois mirror. And basically what we saw there is a mistake from Yumio shipping 5 villagers too early with a forward war hut, and then Fart taking advantage of that, going for a rush and kind of posting there near the war hut of Yumio, attacking every unit that comes out. So we have to see what the strategy is going to be for both players here. Going for the more defensive playstyle and try to win with economy, or going for the more aggressive playstyle and try to win with or more map control. Gonna be interesting.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah, I just mentioned that you were right back for a minute.
Cool, thank you very much. So it looks like it is indeed an Iroquois mirror once again. We have seen plenty of these already.
Yeah, I just gave them a brief summary of the last match yesterday that we cast together as well. For what might be coming up today in this last game of the BO5 between Nevur and Kiljardi.
Now, who are you betting to win this match here?
I believe I have 3-2 on both, but I think that Nevur is going to take it. I have 3-2 on both and 100 in addition to Nevur winning it.
I didn't bet any on these players. I felt that it was too risky, although I should have, since the payouts are so high on results.
Yeah.
Okay.
But of course, last game I think it was a mistake by Nevur to kind of waste his army, not age up. On the other hand, in the game before on Siberia, Kiljardi did a weird strategy and lost his cannons.
I felt because there were so many things happening, and I don't think he knew or noticed that he was kind of running out of food there. And yeah, when he did run out of food, it was already too late.
Yeah, well, I think that a player like him will notice it, but just didn't make the best decision after that. We see that Kiljardi used 40 wood there, and of course going for a trading post. We have Nevur picking up the 20% hero HP treasure, and that's of course very nice as an Iroquois mirror, because basically the hero is like one of the best units for Iroquois. It's a lot of HP. It has the ability to do a special shot which damages a lot of units,
and also definitely agree there.
It boosts the HP of units.
Hero alive. Now I just wanted to go over the hunts and the mines here real quickly. Here at the bottom of the map we have Nevur in green playing the Iroquois. You have one mine close by and one other hunt, the caribou, also rather close. And it looks like he is hurting his other hunt there, a small pack of caribou as well. So it looks like a decent map for Nevur. Now looking at Kiljardi, also Iroquois, here at the top of the map in orange. He has one close by mine, and looks like he's got a bison herd there, not too far away. He can herd it, and of course he does have a caribou herd. So both players have only one starting mine, and the second mine being rather...
Yeah, I do want to take a quick note there that again, as we see on Yukon here, it seems that every time the guy who is on top has a second gold mine rather than a silver mine, and that means that your second mine is worth 5k instead of just 2k, and that means that you have quite a lot of more resources available at that same location. It was also the case in a few other games before.
That's pretty much indefinite gold for quite a long time. That's 2.5 gold mines right there, so that is huge. It should be interesting to see how this turns out. Now that only matters, I guess, if it goes late game.
Yeah, but, indeed, because Iroquois in the second age don't need gold, but it's just a general thing. I do agree that the hunts are a little bit better for Nevur, and I also want to point out here that, of course, Kiljardi starting on top. That means that if he builds his trading post, he will get the first XP, while Nevur will not get it because he started on the bottom.
I really think both hunts are quite even, because those bisons are 500 apiece, while the caribou are only 400. So I would rather put it at even instead of an advantage. But I see where you're coming from. He does have an extra herd there, but
well, it is closer, I think. I mean, it's easy for Kiljardi, or I mean for Nevur to build his warhead near the gold mine there, and that means that he kind of has 3 available and Kiljardi has like 2.5 if he gets the second one available. We'll have to see.
We'll just have to see how well the players adapt.
Yep. We see that, of course, Nevur has his bear here, and Kiljardi rescued a scout. That means, of course, the bear is going to win it. Also, I'm not sure if Kiljardi noticed that Nevur had the hero HP treasure. That means, of course, his hero will live longer than you would expect it normally to live.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah. And in this case, I wouldn't fight this battle.
Well, he is going to be able to take out the bear, and that means that he will also be able to take out the hero.
I still think it's in favor of Nevur if he does do a few shots, but he decided not to. He does have more HP.
He has like 13 HP more. Also interesting, we see that Kiljardi didn't pick up the 150 food there near his trading post. Of course, he has line of sight, so he has scouted it, but maybe thinking to go for it later.
Definitely, and now we're looking at, we have a bear here for Kiljardi, so that's definitely given him control if they do indeed have another explorer engagement. Yeah, so it does look like he's going back for the 150 food, that's what it looks like.
Yes.
And Nevur, of course, getting to colonial age first.
It's interesting, by the way, that regarding taking into account this map with a lot of good treasures, that none of them really took a lot of treasures in the left side of the map. Of course, Nevur had the nice hero boost there, but all the other treasures are still untouched. For example, 300 coin there, and now 150 coin. Of course, not the most important for Iroquois, but there we have 60 wood and stuff like that. Anyway, both of them aging up with the warhead.
Sorry about that. It looked like they were more scouting of the resources on their maps to see exactly how it looked, to see where they should put their war huts. As you can tell, they're rather close to each other. So,
yeah, so far it looks like an exact mirror. We see that indeed Kiljardi took the 150 food and is now going to get the 60 wood.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
And we see that none of them has a market yet, and both of them are shipping kanyas as well. So this is the exact mirror so far. Nevur has to be careful not to lose his hero first the kanyas, because that would be, of course, a game deciding thing.
Yeah, and I think Nevur just scouted that war hut there,
yes.
And he does notice that they're both pulling off the same strategy. So it's just down to who micros better and who has the bigger mass earlier.
Yep.
Of course, if they're pulling off the same strategy, they should both have the same mass.
Yeah, we see that both of them make 5 hyenas. Very standard and very good move. However, Kiljardi has 2 bears available, and they will be able to do a decent damage, but also soak up a lot of damage when there's a fight. Nevur, however, you might see the first difference here. Nevur shipped 6 hyenas, and it looks like Kiljardi shipped 5 villages, so that's a kind of a
that's the same
repeat of yesterday, except that Nevur is not.
Series.
Yes, except Nevur is not going in. I'm not sure what his village is doing there. He's going to get killed. Of course, not the best way to scout there. Probably a misclick. But it's very interesting that he's not going to push in. He now for sure saw that Kiljardi has villages over there. That should mean that he should do damage, exactly like Far did yesterday. You have an advantage at this point, and the longer you wait, the more the economy advantage for Kiljardi will.
Right. In other words, I just highly suggest that Nevur does push out there and do some damage immediately before Kiljardi's economy surpasses him and outmasses his units.
Yeah, we even see that Kiljardi is adding a stable actually very early, and no market yet, and Nevur, however, is going for a market. He does have the bigger mass right now, so he can still push out. Let's see if he does so and takes an advantage.
Now, that's the thing with Iroquois mirrors. They tend to be very scary on Yukon because of how aggressive it is and how close, and the war huts.
I'm actually really surprised.
Very easily, and really you can engage at any time.
Yeah, but he did even see the stable coming up now, so I'm not sure why he doesn't try to pick off any units, or maybe even the war hero. Anyway, Kiljardi shipped 5 tomahawks.
As we noticed last match, though, Vinny, we seen that Nevur, he was a bit hesitant to engage. He's more of a passive player, I guess you could say, than Fard.
Yeah, well, or he just Fard did just a better job at how you say decision making, better estimating the battle. Anyway,
agree.
He's still going for it there.
On Fard's part here, that's definitely.
We see that of course they're focusing the kanyas of each other's first because there are a lot of hyenas left. I'm not sure why these tomahawks are sieging the warhead. I would like them.
Move there. He should definitely be adding the tomahawks to his army.
He would be able to kill out the warhead a lot faster. And of course now we have tomahawks coming out from Kiljardi. And they are even in melee mode versus the hyenas of Nevur, and that is
Yeah, that's going to hurt. Nevur
Yes.
is definitely going to have to back out of
He
there.
does micro as Hyenas on the corner there. And we see that he is trying to... No, this was a Tomahawk. I thought he was trying to take out the hero. Of course, the hero of Kiljardi had a little bit more HP left, but in total, of course, we know that Nevur's hero has 100 more HP. He's going back for now. Not the best trade for him. Definitely not the best trade, especially since Kiljardi has 5 more villages and also has a stable up.
That's correct. We haven't seen any Kenya yet, though, from Kiljardi, since Nevur does still have quite a few Tomahawks in his army. And there we go. We got 5 Kenyas now, so we can perhaps see a push.
Yes, indeed. And that is...
he's losing too much.
He's losing way too much.
Here.
And there we have a 5 Tomahawk shipment also. And that is probably going to be the end there, indeed. And very unfortunate, actually, to end it like this. I would have expected a little bit closer, but well played.
To be like that. It's the last match of the series, and you know, we've seen that last series as well, and I'm sure you have seen it other times. Yukon is just a naturally very aggressive map, and this was to be expected.
What do you mean?
Well, it's because how close they are, the war huts, and how much they could engage at any time, and how fast they could. It's just so aggressive. They could engage, and if you have 5 extra units, right away you get the military advantage, and you're just kind of killing units over nothing, and you know.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Nevur had the army advantage early because Kiljardi was going for a stable and the 5 villages shipment, so it's really unfortunate that he didn't push out. And also, the micro was just not the best on his part, with Tomahawk seizing the warhead instead of being used in battle. Hyenas kind of fighting hand-to-hand attack versus the Tomahawks of Kiljardi that popped out there. It's...
Oh yeah, no, I definitely.
I expect a little bit of a closer game as the 5th deciding match here, actually. Anyway,
I was hoping for you know, a more decent match. I guess longer. It did end quite quickly.
Yes. Yeah, it ended a little bit abrupt there, a little bit surprised, but yeah, Kiljardi did a good job there. Of course, the fact that he took the 150 food and 60 wood later on allowed him to, of course, gather some more wood and sneak in the stable earlier. And it's always I actually want to talk a little bit about the timing there. Even if you have the army advantage, it is still really hard to pull in, to push in, and you really need good micro. Fart yesterday had like a really small time window where he could attack. If he waited like, let's say 10, 15, 20 seconds longer, it would already be too late, because then you would have 5 more units out, and then it's harder to push in because the warhead will also do damage, and the units of course live longer if you have a bigger mess. And here as well, Nevur had a really small window to push, but the fact that he didn't use it and still tried to go for it later on was kind of backfiring there, because of course then Kiljardi had the other shipment available. He popped out an army shipment after the 5 villages. He had units right away popping out the warhead, and Nevur's had units had to walk all the way, and also of course you have the warhead shooting and doing 30 damage every shot. So it comes really tight, really precise in timings here if you want to do damage, and that's why, yeah, good scouting is really important. Otherwise, he would probably be better off going back with the market, trying to add the stable himself and play it out from there, I think. But
I agree. Nevur should have definitely engaged when he scouted the villagers that was sent. I would have engaged right away at that point, but you know, I guess not very smart decision making by him there.
Yes, so that concludes this series, guys. That was Nevur versus Kiljardi, still close series. Kiljardi takes it 3-2, and that means that he will advance to the next round of 16 of this very stacked TID tournament. And I believe that we have no more match coming up now, but we will definitely have more matches coming later for, of course, the round of 16, and we'll try to bring you as much action live as we can. So keep an eye there.
Yes, guys, and I thank you everybody for watching. I'm Chicks, and I helped cast here with Vinny. I am currently administrating the current event. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yes, keep an eye on youtube.com/Venividivici. Of course, we'll post this video there later on, and you can also find all the previous videos of the other games played in this tournament that I casted with Chicks. And definitely check out the games of, for example, Yumio and Fart, and Boneng vs. Padel will be later on there as well. All very interesting games.
Absolutely, I suggest them myself. I had a great time watching them and casting them. They were excellent games.